The league's two best goalies going head-to-head tonight at MSG. Connor Hellebuyck versus Igor Shesterkin. To speak to that, here's Marty Biron. Marty, you played an era with some epic head-to-head matchups in net. Wow, Brodeur, Hasek. I know it's supposed to be all about the team, but is there an element of me versus you in these games? And if so, who do you think's got the edge today?
100%, Gino. There's an element of me at one end and you at 200 feet away from me. Even though you're not shooting on me, I want to beat the goalie. I always wanted to beat Patrick and Marty. And even when Dominik Hasek, after playing with him, returned to play against me, I wanted to beat him. So who has the advantage? I always feel like it's the underdog. It's the one that's looking up and saying, hey, I'm better than you at the other end. I am going to show you and play with that chip on the shoulder. But when you look at Connor Hellebuyck and Igor Shesterkin, who's the underdog? Well, I'm saying this is Connor Hellebuyck, the underdog. Why? Because he's looking at everybody's talking about Shesterkin. Everybody's saying he's going to be making $11.5 million, $12 million. He's the best goalie in the league. And Hellebuyck is saying, I have the Vezina Trophy. Look at the start to this season. I am the best goalie in the league right now, and I can prove it one-on-one against Shesterkin at one of the most famous arena in the world at MSG. I think this is clearly Hellebuyck's game and the advantage to him to say, hey, let's go one-on-one and I'll show you who's the best.
The Jets are an historic 14-1, and as we speak, they're still underdogs tonight on FanDuel. They're plus 110 on the money line. Marty, do you like the value in the Jets who are riding this historic win streak?
I really like the value in the Jets, and really, to be honest with you, Gino, if it was any other team in the National Hockey League, I think we'd be looking at plus 150, plus 175, plus 200. Like, I know that the Jets are the underdog, but the fact that the odd makers are saying it's only plus 110 or close to it, depending on where you're looking at, I mean, this is a really, really big feather in the cap of the Winnipeg Jets, knowing that they are not that far off the New York Rangers, a team that's one of the favored to win the Stanley Cup, to win the Eastern Conference. They have the offense. They have the goaltending. I think this is, again, yes, the Jets are an underdog, but the numbers are showing and telling me that the Jets are the hottest team in the league, and they can go into MSG against one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference and be just a slight underdog. I like the value in the Jets because I think that they keep rolling at MSG.
All right, one last question before I let you go. Back to the Shesterkin versus Hellebuyck situation right now. Which of the guys' current play is more sustainable, do you think, in the long run when you take into account their style of play?
I think if you look at both of their styles of play, Connor Hellebuyck is probably the one that's more sustainable because it's all about structure. It's all about positioning. It's all about, reading the play. Shesterkin is fantastic, and by all experts thinking that Shesterkin's the best goaltender in the National Hockey League, but he relies so much on athleticism, on flexibility, on quickness, a little flash to his game. And I think Connor Hellebuyck is the anti-flash. Although he does have some flash, it's all about positioning, structure, and being in the way. So I think that we've seen over the last many years, Hellebuyck playing the most minutes, the most games. Why? Because his style of play is very much sustainable. I think for the long run, Hellebuyck is very much sustainable in the way that he's playing right now.
One thing to keep in mind, Shesterkin allowed 5 goals his last time out. The last 5 times he's allowed 4 or more, he's responded by going 5-0 with a .964 save percentage.